5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hey, everybody. Curtis Tucker here for another exciting episode of the Zoinkies podcast. I appreciate you guys checking in, listening to the latest episode. Don't forget, if you guys are listening to this podcast on your favorite app, go over to youtube.com/Curtis Tucker TV, and you can see me waving at you. And if you guys are watching me waving at you, don't forget that if you just want to listen to one of the episodes, you can listen to the Zoinkies podcast on all of your favorite podcasting apps. And don't forget to subscribe. I think I went over 700 on YouTube, which is super cool. I mean, it's not Mr. Beast 80 gazillion, but 700 is cool. I mean, I appreciate all 700 of you. It'd be cool if all 700 of you watched every one of my videos, but I mean, I'll take what I can get. So anyway, I appreciate you guys. Subscribe to the podcast as well. And don't forget that I've got some swag. The Zoinkies.com t-shirt shop is open. Don't have a huge amount of t-shirts there yet, but I do have this Zoinkies t-shirt there. You guys can help support the cause. And I will have a lot more fun, cartoony, pop arty, 70s-ish, retro-ish t-shirt designs on Zoinkies.com. So go check it out. See what designs I have there currently. And I have been talking about doing the Disney episode, and I'm going to rank kind of what we thought the 7 parks in order that we liked them, and then also roller coasters. I think like the top, our list of the top roller coasters. So I am still working on that. I will get that done. That's going to have a lot of video just to give you guys, if you haven't ever been to Disney World or Universal Studio, or a lot of you probably have not been to Epic since it just opened. I want to get a lot of visual in there. So anyway, still working on that episode. It is coming, but it is summertime. It is in the middle of the heat, and it is a weekend. And so I was sitting here thinking, you know, it's kind of fun to sit around on a Saturday afternoon and get some stuff done on my computer. But then it's also always fun to have a movie on in the background, or sometimes to just plop over there in my Michael Knight retro mid-century modern green chair and just chill and watch a movie. And so I got to thinking, there's got to be a pretty cool list. I'm always looking for summer adventure movies. And so I thought, you know what? There's got to be a cool list of really cool summer adventure movies out there. And so I did some searching, and there's really not. There are a lot of lists of adventure type movies, and then there's a lot of list of summer movies, but nobody's really pinned down a really good list of summer adventure movies. And so I decided, just so I will remember, I came up with my list of 20 of what I think are the most watchable summer adventure movies. And then that way, if I forget or if I want to go back and watch one, I can look at my list. But also for you guys, here's kind of my idea of cool summer movies. And so, let me know what you guys think of the list, what you would put on the list or what you would take off. And so think about this. Think it's the middle of summer. It's almost 100 degrees outside. You're sitting in your office, your room, your living room, your front porch, your man cave, your garage, wherever. It's hot, but you've got the door open, you've got the windows open, you can hear the cicadas outside. You can hear sprinklers, people mowing lawns off in the distance, and you stick a box fan in the window or in front of the door, and you're laying there, and you just want to watch a good summer action adventure movie. And so what movie do you go to? What movie is that? What movie? And these also are movies that you can watch over and over again. And so I came up with 10 And after 10, I had so many extras that I thought, wow, I got to go at least 20 to get them all in. And then I ended up, then there's like a couple that I took off at the end. So probably could have gone 25, but just to try to keep it succinct and clear, I'm going 20. So here are my top 20. And again, these are not going to be in any order. These are just how I was thinking about them and how I, wrote them down. And so I do have a blog post at curtistucker.com. Go to my blog and you can read it there, and you can actually read and see the list. So if you ever need to go back and look at the list, that's where you go, curtistucker.com, top 20 summer adventure movies. And then at the bottom of my blog is embedded this podcast audio, and then also that video at the bottom, so you can either read, listen, or watch all on the same page. So don't forget to go to curtistucker.com. So you're going to see kind of a theme with my choice of these movies. And, of course, the number one theme is summerish, meaning most of them deal with heat, or, let me just say I didn't include any winter adventure movies on this list. So these are summer, these are hot, and a lot of these deal with jungle. I love jungle adventure movies and desert adventure movies. So a lot of these have jungles and deserts in them. And then you're going to notice also several of them have large creatures as part of their theme as well. And so most of these are either dealing with somebody going on an adventure to find something, or it involves a large creature, and that's the adventure, either catching the large creature or trying to get away from the large creature. And then another caveat real quick is a lot of these movies have sequels, and I didn't really include any sequels. So even though I really like Jurassic Park, I don't like Jurassic Park 2, but I do like Jurassic Park 3, but I didn't want, and then I like the Jurassic World. So you'll, just kind of extrapolate that if I say Jurassic Park, that kind of means most of the Jurassic Park movies could fit into that. And, same thing with, like The Mummy and Tremors and all that. So anyway, so let's get busy on the list. And again, in no particular order, this is just the way that I started typing and got the information. And so number one on the list, Anaconda from 1997. Definitely a jungle movie, definitely a large creature movie. But I don't know, something about the movie I can watch over and over again. It's just kind of cool, kind of an adventure. And then, dealing with the creature. It's about a documentary crew that's floating down the Amazon. So there is a lot of water. Then they find themselves being hunted by a giant anaconda. It's got a sweaty, suspenseful, and jungle horror vibe to it. I'm going to kind of give you the vibe of the movies. And it stars Jennifer Lopez, Ice Cube, and Jon Voight. So great. It's got a great cast. It's kind of one of those movies that doesn't really lag anywhere. It just keeps going and going and going and keeps you going. And then I'm going to try to kind of add some fun facts to some of the movies as well. Fun fact on this, the animatronic snake cost $100,000 per foot, and it hisses in slow-mo like a B-movie dream. Have you guys noticed that? So Anaconda, 1997, add that to your summer adventure list. Number two, and I'm not sure why I like this movie so much, but I can watch this movie over and over and over again. I think they are coming out with a new series, like a show series where there's going to be, weekly, monthly, or whatever shows, but it's Tremors from 1990. Again, we're kind of sticking to the huge creature deal. Sleepy desert town gets rocked literally by giant underground worm monsters called graboids. I guess I kind of forgot that they had a name, but it's just kind of fun. You know, you don't. It's almost like Jaws. It's like for a lot of the movie, you don't even see the creatures. They're just there sucking people under the sand and all the stuff. The vibe is dusty, funny, full of explosive creatures and lots of charm. And so, even though this one does have a lot of humor, I did try to stay away from like flat out comedies. I wanted these to be just a little more adventure, thriller type movie. So not a whole lot of comedies on this list. This one, Trimmer, stars Kevin Bacon, Fred Ward, and our Oklahoma's very own Reba McEntire. Fun fact, it was almost called Beneath Perfection, but Trimmers just sounded cooler, right? Yeah, Trimmers is perfect. And then, of course, like I said, there was, I don't even know how many Trimmers are up to now, but who knows? Okay, and then this is probably at the top of my list. Again, another huge creature movie, but Kong, Skull Island from 2017. Now, I love King Kong movies, and I mean, there's a wide variety from way back when to the 70s to, I don't know, maybe the 90s or, you know, and then there's this one. To me, this is my favorite. This is my favorite King Kong movie out of all of them. It's about a crew of explorers and soldiers that discover a hidden island ruled by one really ticked off, oversized gorilla. Not only is there a huge gorilla on the island, but there are all kinds of huge creatures on the island, and you guys get to meet all of those creatures. And so really great movie. The vibe is tropical chaos meets monster mayhem with Vietnam War era flair. So yeah, so this one involves, rather than, you know, Kong ending up in a big city like New York City or something, this is all stays on the island, and it deals with soldiers, which makes it a little bit different. It stars Tom Hiddleston, Brie Larson, and Samuel L. Jackson. I thought Samuel L. Jackson did a really good job. Fun fact, Kong stood 104 foot tall in this movie, the biggest movie version yet. So if you didn't know, you know, some of the other Kong movies, when you see his hand up next to a person, by those measurements, you can always kind of tell how tall Kong was supposed to be in the movie. And this is the movie that made Kong the tallest. So Kong, Skull Island from 2017. Next on the list is a brand new one. I just saw it. I went ahead and put it on the list. I kind of need to watch it a couple of more times to see if it's going to stand the test of time, but it's called Fountain of Youth from 2025. It's about an adventure-seeking sibling, Luke and Charlotte Purdue. They team up after years apart to chase down a mythical fountain of youth using clues hidden in Renaissance paintings and a misprinted wicked Bible. Now, the thing about this movie, the reason I was tentative about putting it on the list was it's so much like the Nicolas Cage. Anyway, I'll remember it in a minute. And then Raiders of the Lost Ark. In one sense, it takes a lot of adventure movies and puts it into a new one. In another sense, it copies off of a lot of other adventure movies. And so you're kind of like, oh, yeah, they've already done that. National Treasure. So it's got a lot of National Treasure in it. It's the vibe is a globe-trotting Indiana Jones style caper, equal parts action, wit, art heist, and dusty evacuation sites. It stars John Krasinski and Natalie Portman, and I thought both of them did a great job in it. It's got some great scenes. They traveled to some great cities, and so really cool. It's also got Eliza Gonzalez. And fun fact, though, packing big budget and it's Richie directed it. So, what can it? Guy Ritchie. It's a Guy Ritchie movie. So, which I think helped, kind of fast paced and all that. But even though it had a big budget and big budget locations, puzzle solving flair, some critics called it a familiar ride. They quoted it as a soulless Indiana Jones knockoff, while others find it breezy, entertaining, and a watch for a lazy weekend. I go with because we don't have enough of these movies, the fact that I couldn't come up with 100 just like that means there's not enough of these. So the fact that I feel like I've only got a great 20, we need more of these. So Fountain of Youth, kick them out. I mean, they can't all be super original, so you are going to have to, pick and choose. But anyway, and then this one I debated putting on the list, but it gives me that summer vibe. It's an adventure. So it's Stand By Me from 1986. The story about the four boys going down the railroad tracks to find the dead body. It's kind of it is a coming of age movie, but I also feel like it's a great summer adventure movie because, it's not all about coming of age. It's kind of reminds you of being a kid back in the day. So it's more of a kid adventure, not an adult adventure. The vibe is nostalgic, heartfelt, with a hint of summer mischief. It stars Will Wheaton, River Phoenix, Corey Feldman, and Jerry O'Connell. Great cast. I mean, this is a movie I think everybody's probably seen 20 times. Might as well keep it on your summer adventure list. Fun fact, it is, if you didn't know, I think everybody knows, it's based on a Stephen King story, but it has no horror monsters other than the leeches and one of my favorite actors at the very beginning of the movie and at the very end of the movie, Richard Dreyfuss, ties it all together into a super duper cool movie. And did I mention at the beginning, I was trying to stick with movies kind of like outdoor adventures. If there was too much indoor stuff, I didn't really put it on the list. There might be a few exceptions, but so we are up to number 6. This is one of my favorites, Flight of the Phoenix, and this is the 2004 version. It's about a plane that crashes in the desert. The survivors are trying to figure out how to survive, running out of water. Nobody's coming to find them. And they decide that they can take parts of the old plane to build a new plane to see if they can get out of there. The vibe is hot, tense, and full of dusty ingenuity. All the while, there's sandstorms, there's kind of desert pirates they got to deal with. This 2004 starred Dennis Quaid, one of his better movies, Tyrese Gibson and Giovanni Ribisi. He did great in this movie. This is one of those movies, if you have not seen it, don't look up any information, just watch it. Some great surprises if you don't know anything about the movie. And fun fact, the 2004 version was filmed in the actual Namib Desert. No AC included. Boy, that would have been hot. Number 7 on my list, The Mummy. And I'm going with a 1999 version of The Mummy. There are a lot of mummy movies out there. An ancient mummy wakes up grumpy, and Brendan Fraser's only got one-liners and a rifle to stop him. Yes, this one did have a lot of humor in it, but it had more action and more adventure than it did humor, so it's on the list. The vibe is kind of golden adventure meets supernatural chaos. The Mummy had it all: desert, pyramids, treasure hunting, good versus evil, supernatural. Starred Brendan Fraser, Rachel Weisz, and Arnold Vosloo. Fun fact on this one was so popular it launched a whole franchise and kickstarted the Mummy cinematic universe. So yeah, there is Mummy 2 and some other. And so we're going to get down here a little bit, and the only movie related that is also on this list will be related to this one, but I'll explain that. But anyway, love all the Mummy. I don't think there's a bad one. They all came out great. So The Mummy. Number 8. Now this one's a little more lighthearted, probably a great one for the kids. It's Doolittle from 2020. Robert Downey Jr. talks to animals and sails off to find a magical cure on a fantastical journey. This one's really cool because there's jungle, there's river, there's boats, there's submarines, there's good versus evil, there's talking animals. So it's really cool. The vibe is whimsical, zany, and full of talking animal sass. It does have a lot of humor, but again, I thought the story and the adventure was so good, I put it on the list. It stars Robert Downey Jr., Emma Thompson voicing the parrot. We've got Rami Malek as a gorilla, and then you'll recognize a lot of the other actors in it. But yeah, a lot of famous people voicing the animals. Fun fact, this was Downey's first major role after retiring his Iron Man's suit. I thought he did great. If you like any of the old Dr. Dolittle movies, I think this is one of the better ones. It's got a really unique story, trying to save a princess. So check that out. And this, of course, if you guys know me at all, you know this one of my favorite movies of all time. Number 9 on the list, Jurassic Park from 1993. Scientists clone dinosaurs. Dinosaurs escape. Chaos ensues. Welcome to the most iconic adventure park in cinema. Yeah, and like I said, not a big fan of Jurassic Park 2. But from then on, I like all the rest of them. The vibe is jungle suspense, groundbreaking special effects. I mean, you know, we thought Land of the Lost dinosaurs were cool in the 70s. Nothing compares to the dinosaurs they had in 1993. Great movie, great story, great adventure, jungle, fast-paced, nonstop, go, 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 great story. It's one of those that could happen. I mean, is happening. They are finding DNA of dinosaurs in bugs. So this one could really happen. Stars Sam Neill, Laura Dern, and Jeff Goldblum. All 3 of them perfectly cast. Also, everybody else in the movie is great. Fun fact, the T-Rex roar is a mashup of a baby elephant, tiger, and alligator sounds. Of course, because we don't know what dinosaurs sounded like. So every dinosaur in the movie makes some sort of noise. It's all made up. Nobody knows what dinosaurs sounded like. Number 10 on my list, how could you have a summer adventure list and not have Jaws on it, especially since we are in the middle of the 50th anniversary. Came out in 1975, one of the greatest big creature summer movies of all time. Massive great white shark declares a war on beachgoers. There's one sheriff, a scientist who just happens to be Richard Dreyfuss, and a salty fisherman. They go out to sea to try to catch the great white. Vibe is coastal terror and rising tension. Stars Roy Schneider, Richard Dreyfuss, and Robert Shaw. All 3 of them perfectly cast. Great movie, great stories, great music, great everything about the movie is fantastic. It has held up perfectly for 50 years. Fun fact, Spielberg's mechanical shark kept breaking down, which actually made the movie scarier. And if you didn't know, Spielberg named the shark Bruce. So the shark was named Bruce. Okay, let's go to the second 10. And again, these are in no particular order. So these next 10 are no worse than the first 10. They just happen to be in a different order. So number 11, Raiders of the Lost Ark from 1981. I mean, summer adventure. Bam. Defined. Raiders of the Lost Ark right there. It's about Indy. His whips, punches, outsmarts the Nazis. Globe-trotting race for the Ark of the Covenant. The vibe is quintessential action adventure. Hot, heat, jungle, desert. I think they threw everything in this. Stars Harrison Ford. You know, his hat, his whip, and enough said. So, yeah, I mean, what can you say? Fun fact, the famous sword fight, remember the famous sword fight? It was cut short because Harrison Ford had food poisoning, so they just had him shoot the guy. probably the funniest scene in the whole movie, and it was because he had food poisoning. Imagine that. Isn't that cool how some things in movies work out like that? That's pretty cool. So, Indiana Jones, Raiders of the Lost Ark. And then, of course, there are lots and lots and lots and lots of sequels after that. This one also has lots of sequels, but I went with this one. Number 12, Mad Max, Fury Road. Again, any of the Mad Max movies would probably work perfectly. I really liked this one. Fury Road from 2015. Post-apocalyptic desert madness on wheels with war boys, flaming guitars, and a very determined Furiosa. So, and then the movie, I believe, after this one was Furiosa, which is actually also a very good movie. I just like this genre, this feel, this desert, and these cars, it's just kind of a cool theme, and you can just keep redoing it, and it's cool every time. Vibe, adrenaline-fueled chaos, some really cool cars, things that they make up. It stars Tom Hardy and Charlize Theron. Fun fact, over 80% of the effects in this movie were practical, not CGI. If you watch the movie, that's pretty cool. That sandstorm, real stunt cars flying around. There is a lot of dust storms, a lot of cars, a lot of action, fast-paced, hot, very cool movie. Number 13, Journey to the Center of the Earth, 2008. Brendan Fraser, again, of course he was in The Mummy, finds a whole new world beneath the surface with dinosaurs and glowing rocks galore. The vibe is fun, family-friendly, subterranean adventure. It's kind of a cool story based on Jules Verne's novel. Stars Brendan Fraser and Josh Hutcherson. Fun fact, based loosely on Jules Verne's novel with a modern tech and geysers of lava. So just kind of a cool, fun movie. Got a little bit of that Land of the Lost feel to it. Maybe not super good on some of the special effects, but again, a great movie, great family movie, great adventure. This one is a little more on the light-hearted side, but I just love the water and the jungle and the adventure and the searching for the treasure. I say treasure, but treasure not being money. But Jungle Cruise. This is a Disney movie actually based on the Jungle Cruise ride from 2021. Emily Blunt and The Rock go river rafting in search of a magical flower and battle cursed conquistadors. So it's kind of got a little bit of a Pirates of the Caribbean feel to it. Vibe, old school adventure with Disney charm, describes it exactly. Stars Dwayne Johnson, Emily Blunt, and Jack Whitehall. A fun fact, inspired by the Disney classic ride and full of pun-filled boat jokes. If you've ever been on the ride, you know that the people that are guiding the boat continuously tell dad jokes and puns the entire time. The movie does not disappoint. The Rock is filled with all of those, probably everyone ever used. Makes it a little cheesy, but still a great movie. Okay, I said I wasn't going to include any sequels, and I really didn't, but I did include a prequel. So, because this one's kind of a whole different look. So, The Mummy, what came before The Mummy was The Scorpion King from 2002. And before he was The Rock, he was the Scorpion King, a warrior trying to stop an evil sorcerer's ancient times. It definitely is The Mummy vibe, the sand swords, lots of early 2000s muscle, good versus evil, all kinds of great stuff. Some of the scenes you see like hundreds of thousands of warriors. The special effects are really cool. Stars, of course, Dwayne Johnson. This was his first lead role. Fun fact, The Rock was paid $5.5 million for his role. At that time, it was the highest for a first-time lead actor. And if you didn't know, The Rock was a championship wrestler before he started acting, also a football player. Number 16, Sahara from 2005. Treasure hunters uncover a Civil War ship in the African desert and stumble into a much bigger conspiracy. This one just got a great story, desert, adventure. It's got the Indiana Jones vibe, but kind of a beachy novel side thing going on. It stars Matthew McConaughey, Penelope Cruz, and Steve Zahn. 3 perfectly cast. It's fun watching those 3 work together, trying to solve a mystery. And they're also trying to figure out why this boat is out there. Pretty cool. Fun fact, it's based on a Clive Cussler novel. He also wrote Raising the Titanic. And yes, McConaughey does go shirtless. There's some speedboat scenes in this that are really good. The surrounding cast is also really good on this. Number 17, Hidalgo from 2004. If you like horses, cowboys and horses, this is your movie. Even though it's not a giant creature, this movie does have a lot of horses. It does have a lot of desert. A cowboy and his horse enter a grueling race across the Arabian desert, facing sandstorms and sabotage. This story is all about adventure. They're not really searching for a treasure. They're just trying to win this race. The vibe is epic, noble, and dusty. It's just a great feel-good. It's a real feel-good story. Viggo Mortensen from Lord of the Rings and his horse. Basically, they're the main stars. Fun fact, Viggo actually bought the horse after filming. They bonded so well on the set. So the movie has a great ending. Just a really cool lay down on your couch, turn on the box fan type of movie to watch. So kudos to number 17. Number 18, it is Tomb Raider. And you can either go with the 2001 or the 2018 version. Either one I think works. Lara Croft leaps into danger hunting ancient artifacts. So this is a female version of Treasure Hunter. She dodges traps and kicks butt. The vibe is Treasure Hunter meets Action Queen. Again, jungle, treasure hunting, the whole spiel. The 2001 version starred Angela Jolie. She did a great job in that version. The 2018 is Alicia Vikander. I think she did a really great job. I think I might lean towards her version, maybe a little more. Fun fact, Jolie did many of her own stunts and trained with weapons and combat pros. So there's a lot of fighting, a lot of action, fight scenes. And again, I'm not a gamer at all. Once I quit playing Asteroids, I quit. I got out of the whole gaming thing. But I believe Tomb Raider is based on a video game. Number 19. Again, this one, I got to put more into the fun, even though it's a great summer, to me, adventure. It's got a lot of fun to it, and it's The Adventures of Tintin from 2011. A young reporter and his dog Snowy chase clues across continents in Spielberg's animated globetrotting epic. It is an animated movie, but the animation is so well done, you kind of think of it as almost not animated. It's really good. The vibe is fast, smart, beautifully animated. The voices are Jamie Bell, Andy Serkis, and Daniel Craig, just some of the voices. Fun fact, the film blends motion capture with comic book style, paying homage to Hergé's beloved comics. So I don't know. I just really liked this movie. It's really fast paced. I mean, the scenes are done really well. I've gone to Disney quite a few times, and in Disney, I like to take my camera and zip through the crowd. And there's a lot of that in this movie. Him and his dog zipping around through. I mean, there's some chase scenes that maybe go on a little too long, but I don't know. Great movie. Last one on the list, number 20. I put Romancing the Stone from 1984. A romance novelist gets pulled into a real jungle treasure hunt with a rugged adventurer by her side. The vibe is 80s charm, jungle heat, and great chemistry. It stars Kathleen Turner, Michael Douglas, and Danny DeVito. One of the best casts in a movie, especially summer adventure movie. Fun fact, this was a sleeper hit that beat out Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom at the box office for weeks. So you almost think this is like a part of Raiders of the Lost Ark, but it's on its own. So Romancing the Stone, jungle, heat, adventure, treasure, comedy. I mean, it does have its humorous spots, but so anyway, there is my list of 20. I think any of these movies you could sit down and watch and you would enjoy. If you've seen them all, I know you could watch them all again. If there's any one of these movies you have not seen, run, don't walk to your streaming service and plop one in either tonight, this week, or next weekend, especially next weekend, like next Saturday. Plop down on the couch, turn on the box fan, get some popcorn, get you some cold iced tea with some crunchy ice, and watch one of these movies. So, and then you may be wondering, there's four movies. I was considering Congo, but I have not seen Congo since way forever. So I figured if I haven't seen, and I think I've only seen it once, if I haven't seen a movie more than once, I probably didn't like, especially an summer adventure movie. If I haven't watched it more than once, then there's a reason I haven't. So, but it was up for consideration. Congo, The Lost City, which is Sandra Bullock. It was up for consideration. I felt like it might have been a little bit too funny, rom-com-ish, but it's a great movie. A lot of you are probably wondering, he didn't put The Goonies on there. The Goonies to me is not like an epic summer adventure. It's a cool treasure hunting, kids coming of age comedy. I just think they went too far with the slapstick to have it on this list. Now, I've got Goonies on a million other lists. I just didn't put it on this list. And then the last one that I did not include on this that I wanted to. I wanted to love this movie, Uncharted, and I watched it twice, and like within 45 minutes both times, I was tuned out and wasn't even paying attention. It just loses me. I just can't stay interested in it. There's something about it. Of course, I don't play video games, so I don't know anything about if it's, how it's related to the video game. I don't know. It just never holds my interest enough, but it is a cool looking, I mean, I've watched the whole thing. And again, then I tried to watch it a second time because I felt like maybe I wasn't paying a close enough attention, but then I lost interest the second time. So obviously there's something there. But so if you need extras, those would be the 4 extras that you might add on the list. But anyway, there is my list of 20 summer adventure movies. And again, I did run across some that were wintry, escape adventures. But if the movie to me felt cold, I didn't add it to the list because this is my summer list. This is my summer adventure list. I mean, these movies make me want to get off the couch and go on an adventure. That's what these movies are supposed to do. These movies are to, let's say you've seen every one of these movies 10 times and you're watching it for the 11th time and you're getting close to the end. These movies are so good that when you fall asleep, you dream that you're on an adventure. So that's what I want these movies to do, to inspire people to go out on adventures. Even if it's a local adventure, go go look for tadpoles, or go, I don't know, go search somewhere, go look for in antique shops for old comic books or something. Do something adventurous. It's summer, it's hot, it's time to, God, remember when we were kids, we did nothing but adventures, nothing but running and doing stuff all the time, banana seat bikes and skateboards, and we were going and running and going through creeks and to pawn shops. And I mean, life was nothing but a big freaking adventure, especially in the summers. And that's what this list is inspired by. So anyway, let me know. Hopefully I got it pretty pinholed into the top 20. Let me know what movies you think should have maybe knocked one of these off the list, and I'll consider it. Let me know if you've seen all 20 of these. I've seen all 20 of these at least twice. I probably have seen every one of these more than 3, except Fountain of Youth. I've only seen it once. Yeah, I bet I've seen all these at least 2 or 3 times. Some of them I've seen 20 times, Stand By Me, The Mummy, Jurassic Park, Tremors, Kong Skull Island. I bet I've seen them 10, 20, 30 times. So anyway, there's my list. You guys let me know. Give me a subscribe on YouTube. Subscribe to the podcast. Go to zoinkies.com. Check out the t-shirts. Appreciate you guys. I think that is the ultimate goal. I mean, here would be my perfect scenario. Get this podcast going, get the blog going, get the t-shirt shop going so good that that's my job. And so I'll be kicking out videos and podcast episodes and t-shirts all day long, but I just got to start making enough money that's all I have to do. So right now I'm still doing my other stuff, my other entrepreneurial jobs, but boy, I sure would like to just eventually concentrate on the Zoinkies side of things. So don't forget to go to curtistucker.com. That is the blog. Zoinkies.com is the t-shirt shop. YouTube, Curtis Tucker TV, or at Curtis Tucker will get you to my YouTube channel. Subscribe, and then on all of the podcasting apps, the podcast is called Zoinkies, and I've even got a podcast episode explaining what Zoinkies is. So I appreciate you guys. Thanks for checking in. Hope you guys have a great day. Go sit down and watch a summer adventure. See ya.